Hello and welcome to the YouTube channel LearnRHEL. This particular video is going to be about interacting with the yum command using the sudo command so that I can execute the command as myself, as W. French as user, on a Linux machine so that it can be tracked through the audit trail and update this operating system with some packages that need to be updated. So let's go ahead and take a look at how to do that. So first, we had learned before we can do the yum check-update command, even as a general user. Hit the enter key, and we will see a long listing of packages that are supposed to get updated. If there's none, it won't list anything. If there are any, which there are several here that scrolled off the page, then if you complete an actual sudo yum update command and then provide the -y, you will actually have updated the system, and then a possible reboot may be required. So before I go down that path, let me check and see if there's any packages that might require an update. One of the packages I can think of would be kernel, and here we are. There's a kernel package right there with kernel devel, kernel headers. Kernel tools probably does not require a reboot, but these three require a reboot of the machine so that it compiles code into place. So let's go ahead and then, now that we've seen that, execute an actual yum update with sudo up front, and then provide it with the -y option. Sudo yum update, without mistyping of course, -y. By doing this, it will answer yes to the question prompt that we saw before in previous videos, and simply scream through, download all the packages, then actually after that start installing those packages. Okay, so we're downloading packages right now. It's telling you what package you have and what package will be updated. There's a full listing table of what's going to actually happen. There's two packages that are going to be installed, which are the kernel packages, and then upgrades. And by looking at this, you can see what's being updated, 1 through 144. And as we get down to the bottom of the list, I think we'll actually see the listing of kernel packages as being installed. So I'll just keep an eye on this, and we'll see how this works. That's a progress bar for those who don't use Linux very often. And again, this whole channel is meant for users of Red Hat Enterprise Linux variants, Red Hat Enterprise Linux from Red Hat, CentOS Linux, and Scientific Linux. If you are a Ubuntu or a Debian variant user, this video is actually not intended for your usage. But at least you know that up front. All right, so now we see that we are installing kernel devel 3.10.0-1160.11.1. And then we have one more package to install. And then after that, those packages are installed, but there's probably some more that had dependencies on the kernel to be updated. So let's see what happens here. Another couple of minutes, and I think this should be completed. All right, so we didn't install yet another kernel package yet. That's probably going to be towards the end, I'm guessing. But we have, since updating kernel devel, now updated Python perf, GD, Firefox, and so on. So out of 72 out of 144 transactions here, there we go, installing kernel. And see, what you end up having is a cleanup of the old packages. Basically what that is the word cleanup is being thrown out by the yum process as it's removing the old packages that had been updated with a newer version. And basically some packages take a little longer than others because they are larger in disk capacity. And of course we want to remove any package from the RPM database and its contents from the file system. And that's why we pay attention to the screen and take a look and make sure there was no errors. But sometimes there are errors. And I'm being quiet because I want to do a full recording here, but I want to point out certain things on the screen as they occur. Should be just a matter of a minute or so as it's finalizing the Yum updates in the background, probably updating the actual Yum database and the RPM database. Any moment now, we should see the completion of this Yum update process. Any moment. Now, the Yum command, as we're sitting here waiting for this process to complete, you should know that if you're running Red Hat 7, you use the Yum command. But if you are running Red Hat or CentOS 8 variants, or Scientific Linux 8, of course, you would typically want to start using the command D and F. Basically, if you know the Yum command, feel comfortable with changing the letters YUM rather, with the letters D and F, and then everything else should, for the most part, this is not a pristine statement here, but for the most part, if you know how to run the Yum command like an expert, you can run the D and F command like an expert very well. It's really just a rebranding of the binaries and maybe some added features, maybe some deprecated features, but they really are the same command, just a change of letters. And we have seen that the updates have been completed. Here's all the packages that were put into place. Here we are. And then the word complete comes out, and that's how you know, beyond any certainty, besides the fact you have a prompt back, that the Yum update was a 100% successful completed, and you should feel comfortable after this to reboot your machine. So thank you for watching, and I'll upload this video, and hopefully you will subscribe for what's down here in the bottom right corner. Thank you.